When my mom got pregnant with me, I think she was like 34, 35. And back in the early 80s, that was considered a high-risk pregnancy. I think now they call it like a geriatric pregnancy, which sounds really weird. Just sounds really weird. But so mom became pregnant with me, and of course she went to the doctor, and the doctors tried to talk her into terminating the pregnancy. And of course she wouldn't think about that. She understood the sacredness of life. And the funny thing is, like I said, I didn't know this story until I was coming up to my priestly ordination, because the diocese did an interview with my mom and she told them this story. And I found out from one of the writers of our diocesan newspaper who called me and said, your pro-life story is amazing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was born. Her doctors kind of put her through this period. I don't know all the details of it, but basically what they tried to do was convince her that because she was what they thought was a high-risk pregnancy, that chances were really good I would be born with birth defects or severe, mental issues or something like that. And so they tried to really convince her, you should just go ahead and terminate this pregnancy for your sake and for the sake of the baby. You don't want the baby to suffer or anything like that. And when I finally asked my mom about it, she said, well, I knew better than that. Of course I was going to have a baby. I knew that God was going to bless me with, a good, healthy child. And so, I was born, obviously I'm here. And the thing about that, I don't think about it too often. It's a neat story, but it's not, I don't feel like a survivor or anything like that. It just is what it is. But if you look at it kind of from, a spiritual perspective, maybe back to thinking about the Annunciation, my mom said yes. And she was just open to life. She was open to another child. And what God was opening up was this spiritual paternity that would go on for forever, right? You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. I kind of joke sometimes and I say, my mom was probably expecting a preacher like Billy Graham or something like that. And, here I am, a Catholic priest, and, not that I'm like Fulton Sheen, but, it is what it is. It's a beautiful thing. But the beauty of it is that it really just boils down to a willingness to be open to whatever the Lord's going to do, because we just don't know. I didn't have a stinking clue the night I walked into that church that I would walk out so hungry and so different, and would end up one day standing at an altar myself, taking bread and wine into my hands and saying the words that our Lord said, and distributing Holy Communion to my people, my parishioners, my spiritual children. And I'm so grateful to God for that. I'm grateful for my mom's yes. I'm grateful for my friend taking me to Mass. I'm really grateful for God's patience with me, because I can be a little stubborn sometimes, all the time, every day.